Welcome to the Mouse Bros podcast. Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm his brother Randy. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at the Mouse Bros. We'll be releasing new episodes every Friday, so make sure you subscribe to get the latest podcast. If you have any suggestions for upcoming shows or just want to say hi, you can email us at mousecabrospodcast@gmail.com.
If you're planning your next Disney destination or Universal Orlando vacation, you're going to want to reach out to me, Ryan Noppinger, with Capture the Magic Vacations. You can reach me at ryan.noppinger@ctmvagent.com. This is a no-cost-to-you service to use me as your travel agent. I'll make sure you get the best vacation package or deal for your whole family. I can also help make dining reservations and plan fast passes to make planning your Disney vacation less stressful and more magical.
On today's episode, we are talking about our practically perfect day at Hollywood Studios. We'll each go through 3 attractions, 1 quick service, 1 table service, 1 snack, 1 show, 1 meet and greet, and 1 shopping experience. But as always, Ryan, how are you?
I'm good. Looking forward to our joint vacation coming up soon.
Yeah, it's like right around the corner.
Literally, right around
January.
the corner.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're having a family meeting soon to discuss fast passes.
Yes. Yeah. Already. Well, we're doing it before because.
Before the 180-day mark.
Yeah.
So we can
well before the 60-day mark.
60-day mark. Sorry, 100 days food. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't even go to Disney. I don't like it.
You don't even do the Disney. Well, how are you?
I'm okay. We had some plumbing issues, but it is all taken care of, so that is good.
Welcome to home ownership.
That's right. This is my first home. Bought it in May. Have had to call the plumber twice. So fun stuff. But luckily, to help relieve my stress, I get to talk about Disney.
Well, who doesn't like to talk about Disney?
I know I do.
Yeah. Well, then you can go first.
Okay. So we'll just do all of our attractions. So these really aren't in any order. These are just the 3 attractions I would do on my practically perfect day. My first attraction would be the Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith.
Okay.
It's one of the only thrill coasters in Disney World that actually goes upside down. So that already makes it pretty cool.
Yeah.
Each car, I think, has it's something ridiculous. It's 13 speakers around the car. So you can hear the track, including 6 speakers just near the rider's ears. So it's just absolutely crazy, the technology.
Blaring Aerosmith.
Yeah. Plus all of the lights, the lights of the sites that you get to see where you kind of get to go through the Hollywood sign, all the different traffic signs. It's just really cool. It's a very, very unique coaster. I mean, they've redone the coaster in other parks, so it's not unique in that aspect. It's also an inside coaster. And you know what? It's a unique coaster to me, so don't look too much into the statement.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just an absolute must-do, I think. I'll be sad to see it go when it does, because I know there's rumors of changing it into an Inside Out or
Monsters Inc.
I've heard.
Yeah.
So it'll be sad when it goes, but I think it'll be time when it goes, run its course. But but for right now, it's an absolute must-do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was thinking that I had to pick at least one of the attractions from that kind of end of the park, but did you pick another one of those attractions at the end of that park?
Yes, on my practically perfect day, I also picked Tower of Terror.
Okay.
Because again, the ride system is just so unique because it is actually pulling you down faster than gravity. So that's just something that's kind of mind-boggling. And plus, it's kind of scary, but kind of adventurous, but still spooky adventure.
I mean, I was scared of it until last year.
Right. So that was your first time riding it. But it's scary, but then when you get into the drops, it's so much fun just falling faster than gravity. I mean, with a seatbelt, of course.
Yeah, no. This attraction is one of my 3 attractions that I would do on my practically perfect day, mainly for that reason. And no, I did not just ride it a year ago, but I was deathly scared of any of these drop rides for quite a while. I think
13. I think you were 13 when you first got on it.
Yeah,
and then
that's
after that,
weird, actually,
you loved it. Oh, yeah, lucky 13? Oh, gosh.
Okay, I would stand 10 feet away from him at all times. No, just kidding. But no, I thoroughly do enjoy this attraction. I will say, kind of using the same attraction, I do love the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout at, in Disneyland, well, in California Adventure, to be more specific. But even more of a love of this type of kind of goes up drop ride, all with a theme,
right?
Which makes it.
And you're, it's the same type of ride vehicle, but it was Tower of Terror, but in a smaller space with a lot of budget cuts. So it wasn't like the same Tower of Terror. So Tower of Terror in Disneyland really didn't work, but Mission Breakout works for that ride system and is phenomenal. I don't know if Tower of Terror would work for Disney World, or Mission Breakout would work.
Yeah,
replacement of Tower of Terror.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Right, but I absolutely love Tower of Terror.
Yeah, the current state, thoroughly enjoyed it.
Do you know how tall it is?
Oh gosh, 182.
I thought it was 199 feet.
Oh, I have no idea.
Anyway, it's actually 1 foot lower than it is for an airplane.
Yeah, otherwise they would have they would have had to put a red light at the top of it.
Right, a blinking red light for airplanes because they've been so tall.
And they didn't want to do that.
So they made it 1 foot lower than the regulation.
13 stories?
It's kind of, I don't know.
13 just seems to be 13. An unlucky number for that building, so why not?
So it's okay. Anyway.
What's your third?
My third is Toy Story Mania. It's an absolute must-do. Even when I know that there's no paper fast passes anymore, but when the park opened, you had to run to go get a fast pass within the first 30 minutes, or you didn't get a fast pass for that day.
Right.
I still think it has that kind of love for that ride, that it's it's just a fun family ride that everybody can do. It's a shooting ride, so it's not unique, but the technology uses is very unique, which makes it a cool, unique ride.
After riding everything and Toy Story Land and everything being kind of reimagined for Toy Story Mania, I will also have this on my attractions list as one of the 3. So you have said 2 of mine. So at least we could hang out all day.
Yeah, we can hang out for 2 attractions.
No, but having ridden everything in Toy Story Land, to me, this attraction very much still stands out as the winner from Alien Swirling Saucer and Slinky Dog Dash. To me, hands down, it's still a fantastic ride. That whole interactive game with it, where you verse your friends and family, but then again, you also kind of need them because they can help you unlock Easter eggs in the game.
Absolutely.
Which is, again, a unique experience that you are shooting and it's 3D. And even though it's screens, it's still it's a game. So it's interactive with it.
Yeah.
Which is very, very, very cool.
It'd actually be interesting to research all of the Easter eggs in Toy Story Mania.
There's YouTube videos on and hints on, what to do at a certain time, and it's helped me at least increase my score from it, and especially when you get best of the hour that I've did once, I felt very, very accomplished.
Yeah. Now to be fair, I haven't been to Toy Story Land, so I haven't ridden Slinky Dog Dash, the new roller coaster, or Alien Swirling Saucers. I have ridden in Disneyland in California Adventure.
Yeah, the Tomater Spin or whatever it's called.
Is the same ride vehicle, and I've ridden that. But I haven't ridden Slinky Dog. So would it be on my practically perfect day? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I have to ride it and find out.
Yeah. That's
Right
that's,
in
that's for you
January.
to find out. But
That's
for right
right.
now, yeah, again, I'm still sticking with Toy Story Mania. The only thing that I think they need after watching Toy Story 4, and we did a whole movie review on that. So if you've seen the movie, go check that out. Kind of a little throw to that episode. If you haven't seen the movie, definitely go see it and then listen to that episode because we do give a lot of spoilers in it. But either way, I hope they put kind of a throw in to Toy Story 4 in the game.
Yeah, just updated characters.
Yeah, they
and
did it
stuff.
for Toy Story 3, and actually that was even before the movie came out.
Right.
So now I'm hoping it's...
You've done it once. Why aren't you doing it again?
I think it needs a definite Toy Story 4 kind of nod to it, especially because Toy Story 4 mainly took place at a carnival. And the game is a carnival game. It just
Right.
needs to happen.
Right.
At this point. Yeah, no. Hands down. But so Toy Story, Mania, and Tower of Terror are on my list.
What is your third one?
My third one, I know I kind of debated on Rocking Roller Coaster, but I know I had to pick one of the attractions kind of down that area, Sunset Boulevard, and I went with Tower of Terror. But the other one that I kind of always see while I'm there, that's classic to me, and that I repeat almost constantly, Muppet Vision 3D. I like that show, even though it's kind of an old classic 3D. I just like the Muppets. I don't know why I like the Muppets. What's their humor, and kind of it's the adult humor kind of mixed with the kid humor of the show, which I really, really like. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, it could use some updates, but I hope overall they keep Muppets in the park, especially on Grand Avenue. It kind of fits that area, especially, I guess, that attraction. Pizza Rizzo, not so much. But definitely, this kind of Muppet Vision 3D attraction, I like. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I see it as an attraction on a practically perfect day. It's a must-do attraction in a trip. It's sad to see it go into kind of the seasonal mode because it is a classic kind of attraction for Hollywood studios. I do agree with you that it will be sad if it goes. So I do hope that they keep some form of it.
Something of the Muppets. Whether, if they get rid of kind of the show, I hope they theme a better restaurant or something of that nature to it to keep that in
absolutely.
there.
I completely agree with that. Well, moving on to restaurants, actually, we can move on to our food, where we can start with quick service. Ryan, why don't you start us off?
My quick service, I think struggled kind of picking a quick service, and I'll tell you why later, kind of when we talk about our snack. I picked Woody's Lunchbox at Toy Story Land, mainly because I really enjoy their breakfast there. I like their breakfast bowl, and then we usually get that. Actually, me and my wife, to split that, and we also get a tart there, which is basically like a homemade Pop-Tart in a sense. But right now they either have the lemon blueberry tart or the hazelnut chocolate tart, which both are really, really good, especially after you get, the breakfast bowl. It's got what they call potato barrels, which are, they're tater tots. It has sausage gravy, egg, and then I think bacon in it off the top of my head.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds
no,
good.
but it's
Sure.
really, really good. Even though in the morning and in the summer, eating a hot breakfast bowl when it's hot out and there's no real shade because it's Toy Story Land, who are we kidding? Please stand underneath a fan while you eat it because it gets pretty hot quick.
You get the sweats. You get the sweats while eating.
Yes. It hits you. I don't know. Anyway, what about your quick service?
So I also struggle with this just because there is not a lot of quick service options. So I actually also did pick Woody's Lunchbox. To be fair, I haven't eaten there yet. So I think I might be biased on it, that it is on my practically perfect day because I want to try, kind of try something new. I haven't eaten.
No, that makes sense.
So, my practically perfect day may change once we go to Woody's Lunchbox. But for right now, that's on my list. That's my quick service.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would pick that. I mean, it's a natural kind of, way. To me, it seems like they're serving kind of, the top food in Hollywood studios right now as far as a quick service goes.
Yes, yeah, because there's not many options for quick service.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that changes again when Galaxy's Edge opens. To try that food.
Right. So, like, Galaxy's Edge isn't even open, so that's why, like, none of my food is Galaxy's Edge because they're not actually open yet, so I can't even, like, look at menus or reviews or anything.
Right.
So, yeah, it could completely change once we go down for Galaxy's Edge, but right now in this moment.
Yeah. We'll see. So to move on from quick service onto table service, I put sci-fi.
I as well had sci-fi.
Okay. Again, yes, it is. I mean, their main staple is burgers, right? I mean, but it's a better burger than just like a theme park burger for it, which is kind of enjoyable, especially because the burger makes kind of the atmosphere. Like I usually get a burger, and the burger with the atmosphere, and then you can get like they have like cherry Coke, but it's like Coke kind of with like the cherry flavor added into it.
Like a classic cherry.
Exactly,
Coke.
yeah. Or you can get it with a milkshake, which is very much like kind of that feel at a drive-in.
Right.
And
I think for me, like I can't really recall the food. Like I know I like it. I know I eat there. But for me, it's mainly the atmosphere of when you first walk into the building, you're behind a fence and you can kind of see lights in the distance. And then you walk down the fence and turn the corner and you see all the cars, the big drive-in like movie screen. And it's just like, oh, wow, this is really cool. Because drive-in movie theaters really aren't a thing anymore. We are fortunate to have one in this area.
That we go to at least, maybe 1 or 2 times at least during the summer.
Try to. So it's definitely cool that we still have that, but they're just not really a thing anymore. So actually to like go and eat and like kind of experience one.
Yeah, and an old kind of classic car.
Yeah.
It's just really, really cool,
Yeah, absolutely.
I would almost say even if the food wasn't that good, would the atmosphere still make up for it? Like if it was mediocre food.
Yes, I think it would.
I think so too.
I think like it's just so unique that you really can only talk to the person next to you because everybody is facing the movie screen.
Right, you sit in a car and there's people in the back seat.
It's just so unique. Yeah. Now, if the food was just outright atrocious, I think it would be a different story. But like the food's not bad, so with the food being like okay. And then you have the atmosphere. It just kind of takes it all to the next level.
It goes all together, and it goes all together seamlessly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, really, really nice. So since we both agree on our table service, so not only would we ride 2 attractions together, we'd also be
having dinner together.
Our quick service as well.
That's
together. Right. So how about snack for you?
So my snack, I really struggled with this.
Yeah.
Because the candy shop that used to be on Sunset Boulevard is now closed.
It's now closed.
So I had to pick something else, and I really struggled with it. So my biggest thing that I can really remember when getting a snack in Hollywood Studios would be sitting and waiting for a show and getting popcorn. Kind of getting that the box popcorn that just, I don't know, it's like just the perfect amount of salt. And you get like just the smell from popcorn and like people eating it around you, and it makes you hungry.
No, I know. We've talked about popcorn on this show before, and on the last Practically Perfect.
It was yours.
And there's just something about Disney World popcorn that just the smell, the taste, like all of it. It just I want some right now just talking about it.
Yeah,
actually.
My mouth is watering talking about the popcorn. So that would be my snack. What is your snack?
So my snack, I go back to Woody's Lunchbox, and again for the tart.
Okay.
So more specifically, and I got it last time on my last trip, and it's newer, the seasonal lemon blueberry lunchbox tart, it was very, very, very good. Especially, so it's a regular like Pop-Tart, right, with icing and stuff like that, but they have like this little chocolate piece on it, and it's like half of the Pixar ball. So it's very much like Instagrammable too. I did take a picture
of course you did.
Of that with me holding it. you know, it's awesome and it's good, you know. But again, other than that, I also did struggle, so that's kind of why I went back to Woody's Lunchbox. Otherwise, I most likely would have picked popcorn again.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It was a hard decision.
So I feel like we're going to be spending a lot of time in this park together.
I think so too. So I really debated this question for this show. I completely debated it. So I'm just going to say my show, and I'm going to say my reasoning behind it. My show is Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular.
Okay.
It's a really cool show. We have starred in it a couple times. It's got the fireworks. It's got like the action, like of the fighting and stuff. The props are unbelievable. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, Randy, why didn't you pick Fantasmic? Because it's like their fireworks show and it's one of your favorites. I absolutely love Fantasmic. My birthday was recently. My fiance Katie painted me cornhole boards and themed them to Fantasmic. So one board is like all of the bubbles with the characters going up and Sorcerer Mickey, and then the other one is like all the villains that has that'll probably have like Chernabog, Maleficent, and Jafar in snake form with like some lightning because they all get like electrocuted. Absolutely love it. It's ridiculous. I gotta post a picture on Facebook to it. If you watch Disney World's Fantasmic and then go watch Disneyland Fantasmic absolutely blows our Fantasmic out of the water.
Agreed.
It's not even questioned. For that reason, I think Fantasmic needs an update. It doesn't need to like change or anything, but like Maleficent needs to be redone. Maybe some extra characters here. Probably get rid of the Pocahontas scene that's in there, and maybe do something else with it. I think it needs a really big refurb like Disneyland just had. If they were to do that, hands down, without a question, Fantasmic. In its current state, I think if I had one day and one show, it would be Indiana Jones.
Okay. Well, I made up your slack and I said Fantasmic.
Okay.
And again, mainly because for me, for shows, especially at nighttime, I want to see fireworks as much as I can.
I completely agree.
While at Walt Disney World. So not only does it combine the fireworks, but tons of, beloved Disney characters and just overall a great story, even though, yes, I do agree that it could use a little bit of TLC in that, and even maybe some pointers from the Disneyland version of the show. Absolutely. But again, I just plain old like fireworks.
And I completely agree with you. I am not saying that Fantasmic is a bad show and I'm never going to see it again.
But again, and I guess Hollywood Studios is hard in that regard because if it's not an attraction, which are, at this time kind of slim because, again, it's a park that combines attractions and shows. So it's kind of a mixture of both, pretty, even keel. But if I had to pick another show that wasn't necessarily a nighttime show, absolutely, I'd be right there with you at Indiana Jones.
And if I could pick two shows, Fantasmic would absolutely be there.
Yeah.
And it's hard because like they're almost on the same playing field. Like I still have to absolutely see Fantasmic. Like absolutely I have to see it when we go down to Disney. But like with the circumstances that we made, it's any like I feel like I'm like cheating on Fantasmic or like giving it a bad name. Like I love Fantasmic.
Right. No, I know.
But
I know.
Okay.
I completely hear you. I completely understand. Indiana Jones is awesome. It's an awesome IP that they own. I wish they did more with him, especially in Hollywood Studios. I know there's rumors and that have been going around for a while, like, Dino Land and Animal Kingdom to be replaced by Indiana Jones because Dinosaur is the same attraction as it is in Disneyland for, what is it, the temple?
Yeah, the Forbidden Temple.
Yeah, the Forbidden Temple. The same exact layout. And so they could just copy and paste that ride literally into Animal Kingdom. And I've also heard the rumor, I think, of kind of Hollywood Studios, that kind of lake area, getting more of a Indiana Jones feel.
I've even heard closing down the show and making like an Indiana Jones land in that area that houses the show.
Yeah, again, all of it I would... Well, I don't know about Dinoland because I do like Dinosaur.
I do like
lot.
Dinosaur.
So maybe not that ride, but I do agree with using Indiana Jones more in the park.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that we haven't talked about Walt Disney Presents in the attractions or the show. I think if it was one man's dream, I think that would be in one of our attractions, or at least be up there in argument for show.
Yeah, to me, that's always kind of just like been there, like a museum, which, again, not in a bad way, but because it gives kind of insight to, I mean, Hollywood Studios, right? It's a studios, or it's a studio. It's all about film, animation, live action, all the wonderful, wonderful stuff that goes along with both of those and all of their movies, to kind of give a little bit of history kind of for Walt Disney is really, really awesome. I think maybe in the future, if they kind of got rid of that and maybe named it more like Walt Disney kind of Museum, but not name it like Museum.
Walt Disney Presents.
Yeah, I guess. But like, I don't know, I wish they did a little bit more with it and more kind of like not like at the end, it's just a place where they show movies of what's coming up next.
Right. Like I miss One Man's Dream. Like that was a
exactly.
good movie.
Yeah. I think it should switch back to that, maybe switch into a different area if it needs to be. They could even move that whole entire area to where Star Wars Launch Bay is now.
Right, and just make that a giant museum with
of Walt stuff, because that area does have very much the studios feel to it.
Right, because they have like in there, they have like animation, and then they have like the parks, and then they have like different parks. So if they had like a bigger space, they could really expand those areas, and you could kind of get like a more detailed history of it.
Yeah, which again, I wouldn't mind at all.
Yeah.
Would not mind at all.
I was just thinking it's interesting because I know we used to love One Man's Dream, but yeah. All right, on to the meet and greet. You want to take this away?
So my meet and greet is a little bit special. You need something before you can even go and do the meet and greet. And that is the Disney Visa card member Star Wars character experience. And I say that because usually, like right now, they have Kylo Ren. Before Kylo Ren, they had Darth Vader. And if you wanted to meet them, you would have to go to Launch Bay. And the wait was pretty constant, maybe 30, 40 minutes at times.
Yeah, absolutely.
But usually any time that I have walked up to this Visa card member area, and more specifically, it's the Disney Chase Visa card member area thing for this experience, there's been maybe one family, if nobody in front of us. And they kind of push you it's not, through a queue, but there's nobody in the queue. So you basically walk into Kylo Ren, and it's very much a 5-minute kind of dialogue, interaction
experience,
with that character. Now, could, like Darth Vader or Kylo Ren, which is evil, somebody in our family definitely didn't like this experience and didn't even want to do it the second time.
And I tried to pull Katie in, but she fought me off.
Hey, you can't blame her because Kylo Ren is pretty darn scary. Yeah. But again, you get that classic more character experience, which I thoroughly enjoy, rather than, you wait in a regular character experience and it's very much, okay, let's move the line. Have them sign the autograph book, take a picture, and move along. But this is, again, your own personalized kind of interaction with them.
I completely agree. I think for our Practically Perfect Day, we would be meeting the same characters at the same time, because that is what I had. Just like everything you said, there's no line. Even if it wasn't Kylo Ren, even if it was just a random Star Wars character. Yeah,
and not even Star Wars. It could be any character, but you get that a little bit more time than you would at a regular, character experience.
Yeah, you get that personalized because they used to have one in Interventions, and it was like Goofy and Donald in the same aspect, and it was very cool. Kind of my number two, I just want to mention is the Mickey and Minnie starring in Red Carpet Dreams. I think that would also be a good one. I don't know about Practically Perfect Day, but it is the only place that you can meet Sorcerer Mickey.
It'll be interesting to see when, if Launch Bay closes and this experience goes away, because you're not going to meet Kylo Ren at Launch Bay.
Right,
you're
you
going to
would meet
meet
him in Star
Kylo
Wars.
Ren in Galaxy's Edge,
Right.
which is just a no-brainer, right? So interesting to see if they keep these Disney Visa experiences or they just get rid of them overall. I know it's a benefit of having the card, a plus, among other things, but I hope they keep it going.
Yeah, I think it really just turns into the whole debate of what's going to happen with Launch Bay when Galaxy Edge opens.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you said the same thing. How about your shopping experience?
So my shopping experience is a little bit unique. It's a store that you're not actually going to go buy something at, but my store is actually the Launch Bay Cargo, because they have a lot of that special Star Wars stuff. And inside of the store, they always have stuff behind glass that is money that I will never have. But it's very cool to actually go and look at. So that is my store.
You can buy a whole Stormtrooper outfit set.
Right. Or on a mannequin.
Yeah.
Or you can buy it to wear, or a mannequin that you can
or
have.
Or a movie prop, I think.
Yeah, you can buy. So that's really cool. Sort of go look at. I'm not actually buying something. So if we said a shopping experience that you have to buy, I don't know any of the names off the top of my head, but any of the shops that are on Sunset Boulevard, pretty much.
Yeah. My shopping experience, I kind of struggle with it a little bit, mainly because, they're all kind of connected. I feel like there's no real staple shop because the merchandise is kind of scattered a little bit everywhere. But mine was just a Celebrity 5 and 10. I mean, there they have just apparel, like the camera stuff, housewares, ears, pins, magic bands, got all things like that. In the past, I've bought things here as far as housewares, and I'm always good and excited to look at any pins and maybe new magic bands or limited edition magic bands that they have here, which is really, really cool. But I have to say, as a shopping experience, once Galaxy's Edge opened, what would yours be?
So there's actually two shops that are opening there. And we did some research as a family and watched some videos. One was I don't know the names, and I apologize, but the lightsaber building shop where you get to build your own.
Yeah.
And it was the droid shop. I think I would almost spend money on the droids because you seem to get kind of more bang for your buck almost with the droid shop. The lightsaber shop is cool because you get the whole experience. It's almost like dinner and a show, kind of. You get to buy something and build it, but you get kind of a show at the same time.
I think mine would definitely be hands down to build a lightsaber. I like that whole experience with it, and it feels like a very much personalized kind of experience, and especially personalized because you get to build it.
Right, but you get to build a droid, though, too, and completely design it.
Yeah.
So, that's why I think I would like the droid, because you get a little more out of it. With a lightsaber, you can't... you shouldn't really be battling anybody. You shouldn't be taking another lightsaber, trying to hurt somebody. But, with the droid, you get a remote control that you can kind of control it. I think you get more use out of a droid than you do a lightsaber.
Yeah, I think I'll have to ask Mom if she'll buy me a sword.
I will also ask her if she can buy me a sword.
Even though that sword will be a lightsaber, but...
It's fine.
As long as she says yes, it's fine, right? It's totally fine. Any more thoughts on Hollywood Studios? It seems like we are going to hang out all day long.
Yeah, I think the reason we're hanging out is because there's not a lot of choices in Hollywood Studios, so it made it hard for the choices that are there, and we chose the good stuff. You know what I mean? It's not like we chose something that was like completely out of the ordinary.
Right.
It'd be interesting to revisit this list once Galaxy's Edge opens and we do everything to see how it changes and stuff.
No, that's definitely a good idea. So we'll definitely have to, write that down, kind of like a practically perfect Hollywood, or just a practically perfect Galaxy's Edge day.
Yeah, Star Wars Day.
Star Wars Day on everything we would do. It would pretty much be everything in the park. Well, anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review as it helps us improve the show. And as always, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on Facebook. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.